And hello from Lights and Gear. It's time for another flashlight review, and I have a new Fenix flashlight to talk about today. This is the TK09, the 2016 version with up to 900 lumens of output. And the reason this one is new for this year is because it has added the XP-L HI LED, and that's the main reason why you will get a maximum beam distance of up to 310 meters, which is around or slightly above 1,000 feet. So you'll get good beam distance with the TK09 and its XP-L HI LED. It's a good sized pocket light at 5.1 inches. It gives you a little bit of information here on the side of the package. It is impact resistant to 1 meter, and it's also fully submersible, being waterproof to IPX8 standard and submersible to 2 meters. So you have that feature as well. It's a rather simplified flashlight, doesn't have quite as many modes as some other lights, so it's easy for anyone to use right out of the package without a learning curve whatsoever. So you have one flashing mode, which is strobe. It doesn't have SOS, just strobe, and it has low at 50 lumens, medium at 450, and high at 900. And an hour and 25 minutes is the tested run time at 900 lumens, relatively speaking. And the other bits of information that I already gave you are right there. So anyway, let's crack open the box and pull everything out. And here is the flashlight, as I said, at 5.1 inches long. Whoops, things are crashing all around us all of a sudden. All right, 5.1 inches long, and it takes a myriad of battery sizes, which we'll get to in a moment. Just run down the rest of the package contents. Here you have a little accessory pack, which has a lanyard and a spare tail cap switch and a couple of O-rings. It does not have a pocket clip, so that's one thing you will not have the use of with this flashlight, but it does have the nice holster here, very sturdy for your belt. And it also has, as I said, the lanyard is in here, and you have the holster here. So those are the items of which, or you will be able to take it along with you on your belt or whatnot, with the absence of the pocket clip. And here is the manual, both in English and Chinese and so forth. Very easy to read, and folds out to a good size, and of course gives you all the information you'll need to know about the flashlight. One thing I probably should mention is there is no memory mode, or mode memory if you will. It defaults to high, so each time you turn it off it will come back on in high, but getting to the other modes is very simple. And it also has a low voltage warning function for the battery, and it'll flash it'll flash 3 times. How does it say it here? Let's see. In low mode, the flashlight will blink 3 times every 5 minutes to remind you to replace the battery. So I haven't tested that function yet, but it mentions here that it's only in low mode. But this happens when the battery voltage drops to a preset level that it already has programmed into the light. So that's a handy little function there. All right. Manual aside, I'll fold that up later. That's sort of like a road map. Anyway, here is the LED down inside. We have a smooth reflector, which will give you a good throw. And there is the XP-L HI LED down in there. All right, now as far as battery sizes, they do recommend, of course, your standard 18650 rechargeable. And that will give it all the power it needs. It will also take, of course, disposable CR123s. It'll take their rechargeable counterpart, the 16340s. Always have to think about how to say that way. 16340s, yeah. So it'll take 2 of these, and it will also take 2 of my favorites, the 18350s. I always like it when flashlights accept these batteries because they are high drain and do allow the light to get to their highest level of output with no issues. 18650s do the same thing. But anyway, that's just another advantage of being able to accept the two 18350s. So actually I'm going to put those inside the light right now, because I was testing it before with these batteries. Everything is on the tail cap, the switching and so forth. Did I mention that it doesn't tail stand? I'm not sure if I did, because it has the standard clicky switch here on the bottom. So it is slightly beveled here, but of course this is where you'd attach your lanyard down here at the bottom. But because of that, it will not tail stand. So if you do want a tail standing light, I'm sorry, you may have to look elsewhere, but if you don't care about that feature at all, then this will be a great light, and it doesn't tail stand. So anyway, very easy to turn on. Obviously you just click the switch. It does have a momentary on feature like that just by clicking the bottom, but actually as you do so, in this particular instance, if you keep clicking the bottom, it'll just cycle through all the modes. And then to select the mode you would want, you simply give it a firm press. But as I believe, if I'm I think I'm either losing my mind or forgetting what I'm saying, but it does not have mode memory. If I didn't mention that before, so it will always default to high after you've had it on for a couple of minutes, and then turn it off. It'll always come back on the high mode. So anyway, give the button a little press and a firm click, and then you are locked into that particular mode. So let me turn off a couple of lights. Alright, so we can get the right ambiance, the right atmosphere here, if you will. So anyway, we are in high mode right now, and high mode will certainly light up everything around you. You see that beam? It's very tight. The XP-L High LEDs have a very round, very round, focused and tight beam. So this obviously enables them to get out a fair distance as far as throw is concerned as well. So anyway, here I am in high. Now I can't do anything when it's on like this. The switch at the back will not do anything. I mean, it won't, you know, all I can do is turn it off. I can't switch modes or anything when it's like this. All I can do is turn it off and then turn it on again. Now what's happened in that particular instance is it's gone down to medium. So now it's at medium. But if I turn it off and then just cycle through the modes, I'll show them to you. Here's low, and here is strobe, and now we're back to high, and here's medium, and here's low. So that's it. It's very simple to operate. With each press, it'll just keep going through to the other modes, or just keep cycling through each level, and then when you get to the one you want, just give it a firm press. I'm in low, but if I turn it off and then turn it back on, within a few seconds anyway, it'll be back on in high mode. Of course, you can also change the modes by turning it on and turning it off. With each press, it goes back to the next level. And a lot of flashlights will do that, that operate this way, obviously. So you can change the modes that way, or you can give it that little light press. When it's like that, give it that little light press and cycle through all the modes. Unfortunately, on this video now, I don't have time to show you outdoor beam shots, but if you go to my website at lightsandgear.com and read the full review, I will have additional pictures there, and we'll obviously have those outdoor beam shots where you can see how it does throw-wise in high mode. So you can check those out at lightsandgear.com, as well as flashlights, batteries, chargers, and so forth. Now basically that is it as far as the Fenix is concerned and its general operating procedure. As I say, it's a nice light. It's very compact, and it's very simple, extremely simple to operate, and anyone who doesn't like a lot of programming features on their flashlights and even objects to some of the various flashing modes will probably like this one with its simplified operation and its and the fact that it only has strobe and not some of the other flashing modes. But I think you'll like it. It does perform very well in any and all situations where you would need a very bright light with a long beam throw. And again, you can check out those beam shots on my website. But there's a purchase link below. This was furnished by my friends at GearBest, and you can pick up one from them at a great price. The link is below, and it will also be on my web page as well in the written review, where you can get one from them there. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and will like it and share it. And of course, we'll be back next time with another flashlight. But in the meantime, that has been the Fenix TK09, the 2016 version. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you around.